I am Dana Malcolm. This is your Top Stories morning edition for Tuesday, January 9th, 2024. Coming up is the news that matters most.
There's only one place in Providenciales where you can really feel your duty-free savings, and that's at Sam's Club on Leeward Highway. Duty-free bread basket items on top of Sam's Club already low prices? If you're not shopping at Sam's Club, you're paying too much.
Extended wait times for trials are contributing to a conviction rate of barely over 50% at the Supreme Court. That is according to acting DPP Angela Brooks.
Prosecutors were faced with a barrage of difficulties as a result of delays in criminal matters for various reasons.
In 2023, in the Magistrates Court, 389 cases were opened, and of that number, there were 291 convictions, which was a more impressive 75% conviction rate. However, at the Supreme Court, 41 cases were heard, with 23 convictions, a 56% conviction rate. Dr. Anya Malcolm Gibbs has been appointed as the Director of Special Needs within the Ministry of Education, Youth, Sports, and Social Services. Gibbs, a clinical psychologist, attended the American School for Professional Psychology, earning a master's and a doctor of psychology before returning to the Turks and Caicos. Of the 119 pieces of legislation handled by the Attorney General's chambers in 2023, 37% focused on finance and financial compliance. That is according to Rondalee Brathwaite-Knowles, Attorney General of the Turks and Caicos. The AG was speaking at the legal year opening on January 4th. Otherwise, 13% of the legislation drafted was related to immigration and border control. Another 13%, the tourism sector, 12% was related to justice and delivery, and 8% to home affairs. There were also drafts for health, education, the legislature, and lands. Magnetic Media is your news leader.
Do you know the latest fuel factor rate on your electricity bill? It is important to track changes on the fuel factor rate, as it can vary from one month to another and is charged for every kilowatt hour of electricity you use. That is why managing your energy consumption and monitoring the rate is important. The fuel factor rate is based on the average cost of fuel at the time it is purchased from our fuel supplier, and therefore increases and decreases with market fuel prices. The way the fuel factor rate is calculated is set out by law, and we follow it to a T. The calculation is also reviewed and given the green light by the TCI Government Energy and Utilities Commissioner's Office every month before the release of electricity bills. We buy fuel weeks in advance to ensure your electricity supply remains stable. This means a change in market fuel prices today will take a few weeks before you see the changes reflected on your electricity bill. Stay in the loop with how the rate for your island is trending through our monthly notices shared directly to customer emails and on our social media pages, so you'll know what to expect.
Father Mark Kendall has rubbed some attorneys the wrong way with his frank comments made during the legal year opening ceremony held at St. Monica's Anglican Church. Kendall says the conviction rate is too low in the Turks and Caicos and blamed defense lawyers for finding loopholes to get clients off, and chided the prosecution as well for the, quote, insipidness of their preparation. Some defense lawyers told our news team they were frustrated by the comments, which they say insinuated they were wrong for doing their jobs. After a year of hard work, the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force has graded the Turks and Caicos as compliant or largely compliant, with a grade of 37 out of 40 on their scale, according to the Attorney General. The country is also working on getting a compliant grade for financial reporting under the European Union. The TCISS Inter-High Basketball Championship was in the Big South last weekend with a win for Marjorie Baisden High, and the competition is heating up as all 8 teams continue to battle to get to the semifinal stage. The top 4 teams will be decided in the upcoming matches, and then on January 26th, they'll compete for a spot in the final, set for January 27th in Grand Turk. As for weather in the Turks and Caicos Islands today, it will be mostly sunny with a few clouds and a high warming up again near 80 degrees Fahrenheit for tonight. It will be partly cloudy skies with a low at 76 degrees Fahrenheit. That is it for this edition of the news. I am Dana Malcolm. Thank you for starting your morning with us at the Magnetic Media News team. You can find much more of our coverage on our website at magneticmediatv.com.